Hello, and welcome to Vertical Endeavors. We have some of the best rock climbing in the Midwest. Our facilities are built and operated by rock climbers for people of all ages, abilities, and experience levels. Over the next few minutes, this video will give you an orientation into climbing in our facilities. We will review the important basics you will need to know in order to come in and start climbing.
Before entering our facility, whether as a participant or spectator, everyone must fill out our waiver. You can do this on our website or at one of our facilities. It is also required to watch and pay close attention to this orientation video because we will share some vital information about climbing and how to manage the risks involved. Vertical Endeavors is a longtime member of the Climbing Wall Association and promotes its Climb Smart program. Climb Smart is based on 4 simple principles for climbers to remember. First, climbing is inherently dangerous. Climbing offers many positive benefits and rewards, such as adventure, fun, fitness, and a sense of well-being. However, like many physical activities, climbing is not risk-free. These risks, both obvious and unforeseen, can include serious injury or death. Many risks involved in climbing can be managed, but not eliminated. You must be willing to accept these risks in pursuit of the reward of climbing. In indoor climbing facilities such as ours, most injuries are due to human error, not equipment failure. This orientation, along with Vertical Endeavors' rules and warnings, help eliminate as much human error as possible. Our rules and warnings are posted on the Vertical Endeavors website and prominently posted in each of our facilities. Take a moment to read them before climbing. By entering our facility and signing the waiver, you are agreeing to abide by these rules and to be familiar with these warnings. If you do not understand something, please ask a staff member. Second, to climb smart, you should seek qualified instruction. In the past, climbers developed their knowledge through years of mentoring and training. With the growth and ease of access to indoor climbing, it has made the sport available to an increasing number of new participants with little to no prior experience. If you are unfamiliar with any aspect of climbing, ask for help or take one of our lessons with a qualified instructor.
Third, to Climb Smart principle is to use equipment according to the manufacturer's instructions. Incorrect use may lead to injury to yourself or others. Please know, understand, and follow the manufacturer's instructions for the use, care, inspection, and retirement of climbing gear. If you are at one of our roped facilities, you will be wearing a harness. To put on the harness, make sure the belay loop is in the front, facing away from you. On our rental harnesses, that is going to be the red belay loop that sticks out. The leg loops need to be snug enough that they are not going to move around a lot as you climb. The waist belt needs to be above your hips and tight enough that you are not able to pull it down below your waist and over your hips. Also, check to ensure the buckles are properly double-backed or pre-double-backed by the manufacturer's design. Belaying is a rope management technique that allows a climber to ascend, descend, or be lowered while secured to an anchor and assisted by a belay partner. You must be properly trained and qualified to belay in our facilities. An auto belay is a machine that fulfills the job of a traditional belay partner and allows beginner and experienced climbers to climb unassisted or on your own. As you climb, the rope or cable is reeled in by the auto belay device. In the event of a fall, a braking system is engaged and the climber is lowered slowly back to the ground. A climber must employ extra diligence when using an auto belay to ensure they are properly set up and prepared before they climb. Here are some important instructions to ensure you have a good experience using an auto belay. Be sure you understand the proper use and function of the auto belay device. If you do not understand something, ask a staff member for help. When you approach an auto belay, the first thing you're going to do is clip in with the backup carabiner, which is hanging on a tether. That is going to clip onto the belay loop of your harness. Next, you're going to clip into the main carabiner. Pull enough slack so that you can easily take the carabiner off and clip it onto your harness. That main carabiner is going to clip into the same spot on your harness as the backup carabiner. Use the auto belay system properly. Please follow these instructions. Be mindful not to overload the device, avoid entanglement with nearby ropes, and do not interfere with the free running of the rope or cable. Before you begin to climb, you must double-check your entire system and make sure that 1. Your harness is on properly. It should be tight above your hips and snug so that it will not go down over your hips. Your waist belt and all leg loops must be double-backed. 2. Check to make sure that both carabiners are connected to the belay loop. And 3. Verify that both carabiners are locked. 4. Pull down on the rope or cable, making sure that you feel tension on the auto belay. If you do not feel tension, do not climb and notify a staff member. While you are climbing, the rope or cable should stay tight at all times. It should retract as you ascend, and there should never be slack. If at any point the auto belay stops pulling on the rope or cable while you're climbing, stop climbing, don't let go, but climb down and let a staff member know. Never climb into slack. Stay on route. Climb within the designated areas for each auto-belay device. Stay directly under the device and never climb above it. Climbing outside the auto-belay's designated area is hazardous to you and other climbers. When you reach the top of a climb or are done climbing, let go, sit back, keep your feet out in front of you and your hands free to stop yourself from banging into the wall on the way back down. Watch out below. Make sure that no climbers are below you and that the landing area is free of obstructions before lowering. Always descend feet first. Do not push off the wall to prevent swinging into someone else or landing on someone who is standing away from the wall. When you are safely on the ground, unclip the main carabiner from your harness first. Then unclip the backup carabiner and leave that one hanging. One of the primary concerns while using an auto-belay is not clipping in properly before climbing. Vertical Endeavors has 2 different types of safety systems for auto-belays to discourage climbing an auto-belay while unclipped. In some facilities, there are triangular flag warning gates. When you unclip from this system, it is easiest if you lower to your knees, pick up the flag, and clip the main carabiner back to the flag. Then you can stand up and unclip the backup carabiner, letting it hang. If you're climbing at one of our facilities that does not have a flag warning gate, then there is a safety system that utilizes lights and warning sounds. With this patented auto-belay safety system, there are a few more things that you must check before you climb. When you approach the auto-belay, the light at the top of the climb should be yellow. This means that nobody is on the wall, but you are not ready to climb until you are properly clipped in. Once you are clipped in, the light should turn green, meaning you are ready to go. While climbing, it is possible to get a red light and a beep. If you ever hear that beep or see the red light, stop and look at your harness to make sure that you are actually clipped in. If you are clipped in, it just means you went too far to one side or the other, so move back to the middle of the lane. Once it stops beeping, you can continue climbing. If you look at your harness and you are not clipped in, don't let go, but climb down. When you are finished climbing, unclip the main carabiner first, clip it to the wall attachment, then you can unclip the backup carabiner and let it hang.
The 4th Climb Smart principle is that your safety is your own responsibility. When you climb, you must take responsibility for your own safety and the safety of those around you. To be a responsible climber, you must commit to learn about climbing, heed the warnings, follow the facility rules, develop your climbing skills, and exercise good judgment. In our facilities, we offer 2 types of rope climbing: top rope climbing, where the rope hangs from the top of the wall, and lead climbing, where the climber is going to take or lead the rope up as they climb. With top rope climbing, there is a belayer that holds one side of the rope and a climber climbing on the other. When walking around our facilities, please remember to never walk between the belayer and the wall. If you walk in front of the belayer, not only could the climber fall on you, but the belayer can be pulled into the wall where the climber falls and cause a collision, so make sure that you give them plenty of space. With lead climbing, the climber is going to tie in on the ground and clip into each of the quick draws that you see hanging from the walls as they ascend. Because they are always climbing up above the last clip, if they fall, they will fall at least twice the distance. All climbers must be qualified by trained staff before top rope belaying, lead climbing, or lead belaying. If you would like to test out on top rope belay, you must do so prior to climbing that day. Let a staff know immediately when you check in. Always double-check your belay system before you climb. Verify that you are on belay and that your harness and knot are secure before leaving the ground. Another type of climbing you can do at Vertical Endeavors is called bouldering. Bouldering is a ropeless form of climbing. That means with any fall that happens, the climber falls to the ground. That is why bouldering is where most injuries occur in climbing. We recommend taking extra precautions while you are climbing in the bouldering areas. First, we recommend climbing with a spotter. A spotter is someone with their fingers closed, following the shoulder blades of the climber as they work their way up the wall. They are not there to stop you from falling. They are there to guide you to a fall away from your neck or head. Second, we recommend you only climb as high as you feel comfortable. Third, we recommend down climbing if possible, rather than dropping from your last hold. We have down climbing holes scattered throughout the bouldering wall. We suggest removing your harness while bouldering. Make sure that all the items such as harnesses, water bottles, shoes, and backpacks are kept off the mat or landing surface so that they are not hazards to others. We do have a bouldering video that we highly recommend you watch that goes into much more detail on falling and spotting. Our fitness areas, weights, and equipment are limited to those 14 years old or older. Please spray down and wipe down the equipment before and after each use. If this is your first time, or it's been a while since you visited Vertical Endeavors, a staff member will quiz you on the materials in this video. Specifically, we want you to demonstrate that you are familiar with our rules, know how to put on a harness, and how to use our auto belays.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video orientation. It is your first step into the exciting sport of rock climbing at Vertical Endeavors. Remember, climbing is dangerous. Practicing these techniques does not guarantee your safety. If you have any questions, please ask one of our helpful staff members. Have fun and climb smart.